It's kicking in.
Well, I just started a new one, so.
Oh no, yes. Only that. Oh, oh. That wasn't right.
These big old pieces of paper.
I want to be able to see.
Oh, okay. We are getting ready to come on. We are live right now. Let's do it.
I see is music. Live video has ended. Good grief. How many times?
We having technical right now. Let me get that off. On the phone.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Nothing what is that? If I can. Just go to his page.
Really?
Hit the red circle at the top.
Green. You said red. I'm looking for red. Like, wait, what? Green. See what? It didn't. It was green. Like it was green. I'm trying not to. I don't want to get too comfortable.
Y'all ready?
As I'm gonna be. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to
The
the
foundation.
Foundation. Episode 3, week 4, right? And I am Kimberly Blue.
And I am Willianetta Brooks.
And we are 3 of the founding members, 2 of the 3 founding members of the foundation. Anthony Blue is behind the scenes working the production.
But you will see him pop in and out periodically, so don't be surprised.
Yes. This is this episode is brought to you by Unique Pro and Blue TV. And you'll be able to watch this again later on Blue TV. It's also being broadcast on YouTube channel. And so, let's get started. Well, how was your week?
Oh, it was busy.
Busy.
My weeks are always busy.
Yes.
I
Mine was
enjoy it.
too. It was short though.
Absolutely.
Right. Because we had the
Absolutely.
holiday.
Absolutely.
And so we got I had a 4-day week instead of a 5, which always is good. But yeah, and then the traffic. How'd you like the rain?
Oh, I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it.
I like it when I don't have to drive in it. You get to stay at home in it.
I didn't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely
I wouldn't
not.
mind if I had to stay at home.
I
in
had
it,
grandparent time, so
Okay.
it was cool. We did a bunch of granddaughter, grandmother. I'm sorry, I'm not the GRAN prefix. Granddaughter, Nina moments, which you'll never get back. So you definitely need to take every bit of time that you have with your grandkids.
Right. Talking about legacy.
Yes.
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 That's how you build it.
Yes.
And so this episode is probably going to be a little spicy. Pull up your tea, get your drink for your parched throat. We will be anticipating and encouraging participation from the
Absolutely.
audience. We can watch and see who's actually has a comment to say. So welcome
Absolutely.
to the viewers that are on Facebook right now or possibly on YouTube. And we'll be monitoring our phones to see what you say and try and respond to that as much as possible. So without any further ado, we're going to get into hot topic. And the hot topic for today is disrespectful or grand gesture. Right. We're going to conflate two of our topics, which is hot topics and the roar, because they both relate to one another. Yesterday was the Inglewood United senior night for basketball season. And during this momentous occasion, seniors, they get to roll out their last year, go out with a bang, hopefully, right?
Right.
And have parents and family and friends come and encourage them. And so there was a big push to have to encourage alumni and Inglewoodians to come in and watch the Inglewood United basketball team. And on the flyer was a blurb about a special guest and an appearance for one of the alumni. And with that, so let me just grab the bull by the horns. The alumni that was being honored is Stace Bozeman. He is part of the Morningside Five and an integral part of the alumni within Morningside High School. Right. And so we commend the gesture for him to be recognized. I believe they raised a jersey on his behalf, right?
Yeah.
And so, however, the point of contention is that the jersey that was raised in his honor is an Inglewood United jersey and not flown under the moniker of Morningside High School. And so it's been a bit of the last few days as we found out that this was happening. And my household, at least, have been very ticking time bomb, for lack of a better word. It's been brought out and brought up and talked about, and yes. So we're gonna go ahead and make some glue out of this horse today. So we'll let you take it away with your perspective on this.
So I will say, very disrespectful. Start there. The unfortunate thing is that now that it's Inglewood United, we have had so many Monarchs over the years who have contributed to so many things of our memories. We've had NFL players, we've had NBL players, we've had NBA players, WNBA. We've had entertainers, we've had all these people. And here we are today having this conversation. And I'm going to just be a little off the chart. One person made this whole conversation become something differently and real. To honor him, I give him his honors, absolutely. To honor him under Inglewood Unified, I'm sorry, I'm just not quite with that. Now, if it happened to have been a Morningside red and white jersey, if it had to have been a t-shirt, because we play basketball and football just as well, that's where the honor. Now, to do understand, and I definitely don't want anybody to take this personal, because this is my own personal opinion. There would have been a wonderful gesture to say, hey, due to the fact that where we are now as our school, maybe it would be the better in which that we carry on a piece of your legacy just as well. That'd have been a little bit more acceptable. And I will say this, and I'm sure there's quite a few of you who just might turn this into this really big controversy. But on the unfortunate side of that's just not how that happened. And it's horrible. So again, with all of those faces on the front line who has came and gone through our school for years, it took this moment in time for someone to say, hey, let's do this for this person. What happened to our Anthony Blues? What happened to our Blues? What happened to our Tatums? What happened to our Fletchers? What happened to, look, oh my God, look, you had Byron Scott. What happened to all of these people prior to? So now, how are we going to continue that legacy of our frontliners? How are we going to put our frontliners out there to continuously be remembered? I don't know if any of you all have actually Googled Morningside High School recently. You might get a little empty blank page. I don't even know how that would definitely make you feel. I know how it made me feel. I knew exactly how it made me feel. And I've had quite a few people outside of our circle to say, oh my God, like what, for real? You going in like that? Of course, this is personal. It was second home. We've seen interviews with some of our alumni who basically, let's just use Chris as an example, 10500 Southview happened. When I say to know and remember your address of their second home, because 99.9% of us live there just as well. Right. We made this school of what they are. We made the school in the state of where now it's Inglewood Unified. And we just can't let everybody drop off that way. So,
well, to your point about the address, so even that, well, one, you just really sort of blew my wig back about that there, if you Google it, it's a blank page, because it should at least redirect you, but to not have anything. Hey, Melanie, thanks for joining. So to not have it have any type of direction or anything to even take you to a Wikipedia page about it is very reminiscent of what's happening right now. Is significant. It just adds to. And then on the flyer that was created for the basketball game, the address is incorrect. It's written incorrectly. It says 10500 Yukon Avenue South, which does not exist. That's not an address in Inglewood, California. So we have, there's it feels disrespectful for us alumni. You can see I have my Morningside alumni shirt on. She's wearing I'm a Morningside Monarch. We have another one with another Morningside Monarch who is roaring loudly in the background. I can hear him grumbling. And so, coming from a person who works for a school district, I understand the conflating and the need to conflate two different schools because of population. But also to that respect, there's a way to make this happen. There's a community outreach that has to be. There is a renaming of school. There is a sounding that you take feedback from the alumni, from the constituents to say, hey, how would you like this to be seen? To actually just sort of disregard that as far as I'm concerned, because the little town halls that they had have been, when I say, I put an emphasis on little, right? So there was not a big outreach to really sort of get a good understanding of how the naming and the merging of those two campuses would really affect the community. High school is where you transition out of, right? So elementary, you can bounce around, whatever else, but the high school, whether or not you cared for it, is going to be a space of your last memory of your primary learning.
Well, not only that, and not to interrupt, but not only that, that was the beginning of your molding.
Right.
That was the beginning of your molding. Like, I don't even know how that even affects any of you to hear that. That was the beginning of so many of our moldings that made most of us who we are today.
Transitioning into adulthood.
Absolutely. But let alone we have had this major connection with 100,000 of us. And I'm just using that number because it just sounds great. We have had this connection with 100,000 of us from day one. And here we are today, still in Kentucky, incontent. We are definitely trying to make sure that we prolong this as long as till the last one of us stands to not be able to talk about what we've got. And saying that to say, and this is just double back on the memory, this is going to be a controversy today, y'all. So let me just say this. I remember in January when we had the Inglewood, the Morningside old school versus new school game. And this is just to go and prove that there's a lot that has not been taught to the students of 2025. Byron Scott was there. Cheerleaders, nothing personal. Cheerleaders was just kind of sitting there, whereas they should have been giving all acknowledgments and excitements and everything else. And I, myself, with Sabrina, Dominic Brown, we were like, hey, come on. And the girls was like, well, who was that?
Right.
Oh.
But there's a generation gap, and I get that. But to not have, like, when you see him come in, the coach might not have known, right?
Well,
because we're talking about.
Right, I get that. But my point of saying that is to say it fell off to allow all of the other students coming and going to know who their people were.
Right.
To know who really makes a big stand and has names. When I say top shelf frontliners, to know who these people were. I mean, I know we was utterly surprised when we found out, what was her name? Vicki Lawrence. I was like, oh,
I know that name.
I love Vicki. Yeah. Right. So she was also an alumni. Again, if you go to any of those students outside of the 90s, I'll give it that. Most of them would not have a clue.
Right.
This is not a good thing. It's not a good thing for us. How are we going to maintain and keep the memories alive of what we had versus what we can continue to have, but maybe not within the same realm, but we can make it bigger. So saying again, that in which you were saying, it is definitely, it's one of those moments where
it's a tender moment.
It's
a tender spot.
Yeah, there you go.
And so there's a comment in Facebook from one of our alumni, Miss Talana Beverly. Thank you for chiming in. And her comment is to the people in the room, if you can't see it, she's thoroughly appalled about the recent situation and how it has unfolded. And I do agree with you, Talana. It is inexcusable. Like I said, there's a method to make that transition smoother. And even the students, there's an undercurrent between the current students, because I don't know, if you have a blended family, let's just go there, right? You marry, somebody has kids, and you have kids, and you have to have those conversations amongst your family, like we're going to be one now,
right?
And there may be some rough spots, but in the end, we're a family. And I don't know that pre-conversation has been had, right? You have it separately, and then you have it together. And so there was just this, hey, there you go. Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the house. We're moving into the mama's house from the daddy's house. We're going to name it the daddy's house. And, it's just, I can make this analogy go way left. So, but, it's just, there wasn't a lot of comfortability.
You called my name.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to have
Mr.
Blue.
Right.
You're calling me to come in now.
Okay. Well, come on in.
Let me find you.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely, it's a real moment. It's definitely a real moment. And please, just as Talana and Melody tapped in, please feel free. We would love to get your opinion. We would love to hear. Say your voice, actually. It's your voice. We're not going to stop you from any of that, good, bad, or indifference.
I mean, and it's transition, right? We've had it. The moment is past, but that doesn't mean that we don't have an opportunity now to vent how we felt about it, how we felt about it. We want to try to clear the air. Just say people don't get stuff off the chest, right? You don't have to have closure. This is our moment for closure at this point. And then how do we move forward from here? Because that's what the foundation is about, right?
Absolutely.
How do we move forward with Morningside? So, Mr. Blue, take it away.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I got a lot of it off yesterday, and I got a little bit annoyed, and I had to say what I needed to say. But even with you guys over here, you guys are saying it nicely, and I'm not going to say it nicely. Okay. I mean, it was disrespectful. Everything, it was what it was. You tried to have personal self-gratification. You had none of his teammates there. His teammate got there based on us calling a cousin or whoever to call him to let the other teammate go. I told these guys in the summer at the black coaches meeting, I said, when he told me that, I said, make sure you contact everybody so we can get a feel of what you're trying to do. If I knew you was trying, and like I said, I never gave him approval anyway because he never called me. So I said, again, we're not doing that. We can take care of our own. We've always taken care of our own. We've always been to, you guys going to come up with this Inglewood United. The world is not united. The city ain't united. We ain't united. So again, you trying to do this, and he got a whole bunch of strangers that's standing behind him is ridiculous. And that's what I'm talking about. I say, this is about Morningside. I said we will take care of our own, period. And then as I see, I had video footage from last night. We had a couple Monarchs went to, and they were sick to their stomach just to be in the building with what was going on, and then having to sit and see Inglewood High united, and then there's still the Sentinels. So it's nothing united about this situation, and it never will be. And I would never come to grasp with it. I would never step foot on that place again. I didn't when I seen the sign come down and the lion come off, and then the green sign go up.
A wrap.
That hurt, and you don't understand how bad that people feel about that. And like I said, when you say we put our blood, sweat, and tears in that gym, in that quad, in that library, auditorium, football field, whatever, walking across, coming through Lamoli side, they don't know what that is.
No.
Coming through from the tennis court, everybody coming in from 104th in the front of the street, them not knowing the address is a slap in the face. Them are putting that player. I will tell you, and I was a good player. I was a great player. But I would tell you, this guy was probably the best athlete that come out of Morningside. Period. And for you to put him in another jersey where we haven't even united with you guys like that, we don't even like green. I said that yesterday.
Right.
I have a green screen. That's about the only thing I have in my house is green. So again, I'm not going to come off and my ladies, they try to keep it political and correct. But again, no, I got something to say, and I'm gonna roar about it for real because I'm highly pissed off. I'm highly pissed off at the person that made it happen. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm highly pissed off at that person because again, he could have stopped it, but he encouraged it. And then, like I said, I'm not gonna say no names, but I'm pissed off, and that's disrespectful to everybody that sweated in that gym, for us, all the basketball people, and then all the people that come from that school, all alumni. You're supposed to be pissed off. And to all the people who saying, "Oh, it's a great gesture," no, you didn't know they was putting it in an Inglewood Unified jersey. You didn't know. No. Well, now you know, and that's what I said. All his accolades was at Morningside. Period. So that's my take on the situation. I wanted to bring some fire to the situation because it is what it is, and I'm gonna leave it alone. But again, that's on my heart, and I feel that. So again, that's a slap in the face to Phillip Shores, to Byron Scott, to Roland Tatum, to Eldon, rest in peace. To Roland Tatum, rest in peace. To everybody, to Flo Hyman, to Lisa Leslie, whoever played in that gym or was a part of that school. That's a slap in the face. Absolutely. And that's another slap in the face that we're getting from the city of Inglewood on what they're trying to do politically correct, and they don't do nothing.
Well, Inglewood Unified School District, because I have to just say that it's more than likely them. I don't know that it's the city.
But even to let that coach make that presentation, it was on his own accord. So even the Inglewood guys I talked to, they say that's disrespectful. And I'm going to say it is disrespectful, and I'm going to always say it because I keep that near and dear to my heart. So that's where I'm coming from, and everybody should be fired up about this situation.
Absolutely.
So I'm giving the ladies the fire to take this thing on. I'm out.
So now, saying that to say, most of you, because we got a lot of responses from when we post this, and on the postcard, I'm just going to say it as a postcard. On the postcard, you have these gentlemen here in these red jerseys.
Yes.
Help me understand that.
From my understanding, Inglewood High School has red in their uniform. Now, I don't ever remember seeing red in their uniform. However, I guess if you look at the Sentinel, he has red in his feather.
Okay, let's double back. Let's double back. Out of all the years that we've been looking at it,
I've never seen them wear red.
I never seen a touch of red, and if I have, it just totally went over my head, and that's not jokingly. It just completely went over my head from what I recall. It just might be just that much. That it's not that noticeable. But not to have these gentlemen out here taking a nice picture, no harm intended, but they're in red jerseys. Where the representation of what? Help us understand
it's the unification of the schools.
I'll give you that.
Whose school? Because it's no longer ours.
So even when they did it during the football, they was trying to say we paying tribute to Morningside. We don't need nothing from y'all. We never have.
No.
You know, we never have, so we don't need nothing from you. We don't need you paying no tribute with no red jersey, no red uniform, or nothing. You know, that's how I feel.
If that was the case, you should have left it as Morningside United. How about that? And none of this wouldn't have been too much of a problem.
Well, you know they weren't going to do that.
Well, yeah, they no. There was always an opportunity, because there was also the opportunity for 99.9% of us to stand up and say, hey, could this be an option? 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 When that opportunity came for someone to speak their piece, there was one person who stood up and said, how about just making it Morningside Charter School? The rest of those within attendance, and we won't mention names, one person out of a room full of Monarchs and everybody else stood up and said, how about this?
Well, like I'm saying, we here now.
Right.
And we are here. We closed last year. We knew last January time last year we was taking our basketball pictures. We got the last pictures, and in June we got the last picture. Absolutely. You had the last event in there.
Absolutely.
So we already know, just like you see on the stream, you know, we got our 74 years. So again, stop trying to jab us. Stop trying to take everything that we own. If you came and said, well, we want to put Byron Scott in a number 11 jersey over here at Inglewood
United.
No, that's a no. And it was a no for States, and it's always going to be a no.
Yeah.
So them trying to erase our history, we know what you're trying to do. If just like you guys said, if we can't find Morningside High in Google, you already started the process.
Yes.
You know, you might as well be a part of the rest of the people are trying to erase people's history. And we already know for our whole existence, they always try to erase our history. So you know how I feel. So
I mean, well, it is very disturbing that if you Google Morningside, it's a blank page, because it did as though it didn't exist, and it did exist. And so the location is still there. You just named it something else, but that's to not have it be searchable at all is not. That's not cool.
It's a whole nother slap.
And that's why this podcast is going on, and it's going to go on, because again, we take care of ourselves. We can take care of our own history. We can do our own due diligence on what we need done,
and make more our own memories.
And that's what the problem is, because most people will sit on their hands and then don't go in and say, well, let me do it. They looking for the next person to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that don't work over here. No, we don't wait on the next person to do it. We doing it ourselves, and that's why we started out on this journey.
Definitely not what we're doing.
Yeah. So from the audience, whoever's like, you guys have any comments? I know Talana's comment is still there. Hey, Karen, thanks for the welcome. And but I've done a lot of sharing. I don't know how many people have seen the post based on my share.
Right.
But yeah, it's we like to hear from our Monarchs, and some of us have Inglewood high school friends. How do you feel about that? I mean, what if they were to say we're going to put Reggie Theus up in the gym under Inglewood United in a red jersey? Oh, they burned that gym down. Paul Pierce,
right,
who came out, and I saw the post this morning or something where he was on a show, and he was like, hands down, the best player that he saw that he knows is Stace. So even an Inglewood High School alumni as acknowledged Stace.
Right.
As
so I can clear a few other things up since I watched the video and I heard the speech by the coach and the gesture side of it. Okay. Now what he said was, but again, how can he make that proclamation of nobody else will wear the number 35 in the city of Inglewood? You can't make that proclamation without having a proclamation of anything. So again, the grandstand side of it, to me, the grandstand side of it is you're leaving anyway. Who's going to put the jersey up? Are you taking the jersey over to Inglewood when you get the new school?
Right.
No, this is all baloney.
Right.
So it was a grandstand situation for senior night for his son. And that's my opinion, and I'm staying with it. So again, for all the people that participated, if you were doing this thing, why you didn't contact his teammates?
Right.
Why you didn't contact his teammates? Why you didn't tell more than one person from Morningside?
Right.
So again, it was an Inglewood thing, and this is what I said before, and I will always say again, they've always been about showing off. Now we showed off one time, and like I said it yesterday in my thing, because I'm roaring right now.
Right.
I said, if I went to South Torrance, I would hate Morningside all my life.
Right.
Because you let a girl score 100 points on me and a half, 102 or whatever.
But they stopped her.
Huh?
Once she got there, they stopped it.
Okay, but again, we don't do that.
Right.
Again.
But I'm saying that was in a half. Right.
It was in a half.
So and then it stopped.
Yeah.
What if they just let it keep going? That's the difference, right?
If
we had just let it keep going,
right?
Okay.
Like, well, she had 200 points by the end of the game. You know.
My opinion is we don't do that. You know, South Torrance or not, we don't prey on the league. Okay, you scored 100 points. Did they stop the game?
Nope.
They pulled her out.
Okay, they pulled her out. So again, I'm gonna tell you about last night. They still pressing them. It was 138 to 55, something like that. So you're still pressing them. Your son is still in the game. All these other things. These guys always want to set records on you, and that's why I will always remember October 29, 2001.
Right.
Because they scored 106 points. They tried to get the guy a 13 touchdown game record. They're about the records, and they trying to stump on you. But to do this for a rival, when we played in the 80s, we didn't do that. Because we were all friends before.
Right.
You just try to crush a team like you don't know nobody from that side of town.
Right.
Well, and they don't, because that's back to the foundation, right? The reason that we are so connected is because we are connected. Right.
Yes.
And so we grew up with each other. Whether or not you split off and went to a different high school didn't negate who it was that you knew that other person was. And so that's where the community is. That's the whole that's missing within our community. And that's the foundation's goal is to try to bridge that gap, right? Let's gather this. Let's fill in the hole. Let's fill it in.
Absolutely.
You know, we don't have
absolutely
those memories, and let's bring them up, and let's keep that oral history alive, because a lot of those places aren't there anymore. But the sportsmanship, right?
Right.
The sportsmanship, and even the park was Sportsman's Park, right? Because we're not doing that in here. No. Whether or not we have the ability to do it, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And so, because we are good sports, and so it's not sportsmanlike to do that. And so that's where the disconnect is. You have conversations all the time about people allowing their kids to come in from a whole nother city, play their sport, and then leave after the season. So,
you're not getting to know anybody.
And you don't get to know, you don't build those foundations, you don't build the relationships. And so it's there's a gap. There's a gap within that has to be somehow filled. Even the flyer, I just had a flash of it. The bottom of the flyer said "Wood up," and I'm like, "You're honoring a monarch,
right?"
That's like,
excuse me.
Now, what if a bunch of alumni came in there and said, "Chop that wood"? Would we be wrong?
Right. Be wrong. Yeah.
Because it said "Wood up." Well, what wood? What you talking about?
Right.
It's in green.
And that's
So
the disrespect that I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And then like I said, people sitting on their hands, and then it goes on the scene and unsaid, and now we over here, we being disrespected again, basically.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And the bottom line is that it's hurtful. It's hurtful to have it. The wound is still open about our school, and then to have someone come in, it's like Cinderella, right? Cinderella's mom passed, daddy married a new girl, the sisters, and they done put you in the cellar to clean up, right? And they living in your house, your mama's house,
right?
Making you pick up after them,
right?
As if you don't live there,
the floors,
as if this wasn't your house. That's exactly what this. Oh my God, I just had an epiphany. That's exactly what this is. It's a Cinderella story.
That's what Chris said. That's what Chris said last night. He said, "Man, I'm about to throw up. I feel like I'm about to throw up being in here."
Yeah, I have to serve you.
That's really emotional.
I know where all of the utensils are and everything, because I got to come in here and play nice because your mama married my daddy in my mama's house.
And now you trying to take
I'm
over.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit.
No, as you should. No, as you should though, because this is initially really what it is.
It's a Cinderella story.
It's really what it is.
Who's our Prince Charming? Who's coming in to give us
the
foundation? The foundation, right? We're coming in and grab his throne, right? Because it's not. You got to play nice. You got to play nice. And this is not being played nicely at all. I don't know a person who I've mentioned this to, whether or not, even my daughter who didn't go to Morningside, right? She was like, "Oh no, that's tacky. That's disingenuous."
Yeah, no, I tried to explain it to my 8-year-old. I'm sorry, my 8-year-old granddaughter. Let's clear that one out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got an 8-year-old.
Right. You saw me look like myself. Right. You was missing 8 years ago.
Right. I was probably missing 8 years ago.
They saying, yeah.
Like, I was trying to explain to her in an 8-year-old term of the transitions of what's happening. So let's kind of double back on that just a little bit. Everywhere my grandkids are with me, I'm always running into one of us. Mm-hmm. Always. Mm-hmm. There hasn't hardly ever been a time where I haven't. And my kids was like, "Man, are we so tired of hanging out with you? You just know everybody. You just run into everybody." And then the other day, my 14-year-old granddaughter, was like, "People don't have friendships like you and having your friends. Mm-mm. Y'all go places together. Y'all do stuff, and y'all old."
Right. Well seasoned. Now, the difference in all of that is I'm setting my own time capsule with my kids. Mm-hmm. Because now they're interested in knowing how could we all be friends since kindergarten, daycare, 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. List goes on and on and on. And here we are, 2026, and we all still connected. How do you plan on making a time capsule for your kids? You can't take them back up to the school and be like, "Hey, I used to go here." That's like having that whole Monarch symbol still on the wall with a big ass green line across it.
Right, a Ghostbuster green. We know what that means. Like, the disrespect is disrespect, but we also have to start with our own sense of thought of what disrespect is to us just as well. Because we have not set time capsules for our kids, ourselves, our kids, to let them know where we came from, to show them and let them see how to keep building like we built. We built each other. But if we allow them to think that this whole Inglewood Unified thing it's okay. It's not okay. Mm-mm. It's not okay. What are you standing for? Double backing with all of that, saying just as well, hey, we all showed up for the last biggest family Monarch picture ever taken. Well, most of us, not everybody. Everybody who could, not everybody.
Those who got there,
we got you. Now, you can show up for that. I'm not going to go back to the protesting. We could show up for that. Proud, excited, hug, pictures taken, hug, everything. Everything was cool, fine, and dandy. At the end of that day, it was about 20 of us out there till 6 o'clock at night.
Still out there.
going over the fun, the laughter, the memories, the
Much to the
cries,
chagrin of the security.
the cry. We
y'all
cried.
Chagrin of
And you guys who
others
right,
trying to like, how long y'all gonna stay?
right. We cried. We sat there. We laughed. We talked. We cried. We talked about things that happened over the past, and it was like a ghost town. It was just us. Everybody else, well, I got something else I got to do today. I got something else I got to do today. Well, thank you for showing up. Absolutely. But you showed up. So now here we are having this moment, because this probably won't be the last that we would actually have to bring something to the table about the disrespect. So who gonna show up? Is it gonna be the same 4, 5, 12, 10, 20 maybe? And then that's okay, because we still have representation. But who's setting a time capsule for Morningside? Who's putting in their information and all of their memories and things for Morningside? Who's remembering the front face, the top shelf, who actually helped make us where we are, who
and
we
where
are.
Does that land?
And where does that land? Where does it land?
There's been there hasn't been a solid answer about where the memory of Morningside will land once the new school is finalized, right? We don't have a solid answer. Like, okay, well, Morningside stuff is going to be here. We're going to put it up in the, like, does it go away? Does it go into, I've heard, like, it's going to go to, some of the stuff will go to the Intuit Dome. Some places will go to the Inglewood Library, but why not at the school?
But understand what happened, as I was telling you all before, on June 5th, when we were taking everything out of the gym. We supposed to have been unloading about 30, 40 boxes full of stuff. People came, they vandalized, they put stuff into another room. We went over to look, there was trophies broken, there was just nothing. Disarray. Disarray is not even the word for it. It was just pushed to the side like trash, basically. There were just only 8 boxes that we loaded up with stuff to go into a storage, to watch them take the big mural off the wall and load it into a truck to go into a storage. If none of you all were there to see that, it was a very heart-wrenching situation to know that everything that we have done, what we have been accommodated for, what we have been acknowledged for, what we CIF trophies, everything
is gone.
More than 50% of that was damaged. Very little was left. To stand there and just, me and Kevin Dunnigan stood there in the gym, and he's 99 feet taller than me. I'm like he's almost hugging his leg. Like, we are bawling because this was it. No one else. Where was everybody else at? Again, if you're feeling strongly about still representing your school, we need to let you make that known, that we want to know that you're still trying to represent your school. You're still trying to maintain the memories of your school. You're still trying to make some kind of time capsule of your school. Because guess what? This ain't going to be the last time we're going to have this conversation. It's going to come again, and it's going to come again.
As we get closer to the finalization of the new location.
So does that stop us from moving forward in a same manner as if before the school shut down? How's that supposed to work? Suggestions at hand taken. Hey, whatever we can get from you,
those are talking points. Those are talking points.
Absolutely.
The same thing here is like, we were there on that last day.
We were there on the last day.
And we were there when it was loading the car.
We were there.
Yep.
And Gumby.
So again, we show you where our heart is.
Yep.
I can give you several instances, and I've only been back here 6 years. But all 6 years that I've been back here, I've been putting in, because that's where I'm from.
Yep.
That's where I got my everything, what I do now. And I said it back in the day in my class 83 yearbook.
Yep.
In the senior book.
Yep.
But again, when I get a chance, nobody was there when we brought Gatorade. We was the water boys. we done fed the team one time.
Right.
Right. Anytime they call, we come.
Right.
And that's what we're doing here now, is we are here to preserve our memories and legacy.
Yeah. I mean, well, after last night, it should be very solidified for everybody that if we don't preserve the memory, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
So, I mean, that to that end, and we'll bring that up too about the gatherings that we have in August and in October. That's where you're going to have to. That's where you preserve your memories. That's what we just had an alumni pass the day before yesterday.
Yeah,
Mike T.
Yeah, Mike T. You know, So hey Gumby, he's in the chat. So
hey,
you know, we just it's up to us to maintain the memories, to not let the name Morningside Monarch become erased from. If you can erase it from Google, that's a major problem.
You literally have to just go Morningside High School and you hit send, and what pulls up is a picture, black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll start showing all the little smaller pictures of the red and white, the symbol out there. There's nothing much more than you can definitely say, oh, well, we used to do this. We went here, and here was the band room, and no, none of that. None of that.
We can do it because I got it all.
Right, absolutely.
I got it all.
So again, I mean, we Googled a whole bunch of stuff last week.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last week? We Googled a tons of stuff last week before, and the memories was real. Ice Cream Girl. The memories, the memories were real. But how is it that we're the only ones talking about these?
Right. So I mean, that to me is a dog whistle to have smaller meetings until we have the bigger meetings for people who can get together, because we have to continuously keep those things going.
Absolutely.
To Gumby in the chat, we're talking about keeping the memories alive. We went over the flyer for the basketball game last night and how at the bottom of it had wood up, and that was not a big selling point for us Monarchs. And to us in this particular room, it was a slap in our face, because you were going to acknowledge a monarch under the cover title of wood
under the branding of Inglewood,
and the branding of Inglewood. So anyway, I don't want to get myself too much riled up, because
get riled up. Like
we can be riled up, but now we can close out this chapter.
Absolutely.
Get back with the rest of the show, because again, this was a big part of the show. We did 47 minutes on this part of the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, well, it took up a lot of time because it was supposed to take up a lot of time.
Right. But this won't be the last conversation that we would have, Monarchs. So therefore, please don't let time go by before we go back into the real acknowledging of everybody in one room at one time.
And understand that there's still work to be done to make sure that we preserve, that the city and the school district does not erase Morningside, that we are not a footnote, that there is a true acknowledgement of the contribution that Morningside has given to the city of Inglewood, and that the alumni are still well and kicking. So there's
and saying that's on us.
Yeah.
So again, like we said, we're not going to let anybody else create and try to write our story for us. We the ones that have to keep it alive.
Absolutely.
Hey, Scott.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Monarch Love.
What's up? Welcome in.
Yeah, we have to. It's up to us to be as rah-rah about Morningside as we possibly can, because if you can't Google Morningside, then we have to become Google.
Yeah, we have to be who we are. We have to show our own selves faces.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway,
what's next?
Tell me about it.
Look, wait, hold on. This is what's next right now.
Yeah, we need a drink. Right,
we're drinking tea in our teacups.
Absolutely.
We're having tea.
So we're talking about fond memories. The next segment is called "Tell Me About It."
Well, let's give a shout out to
let's give a shout out to the people in the chat. What do you have over there?
I have it's going to pop up on the screen.
So we had Melanie Roberts. Thank you for joining. Talana, absolutely, sweetheart. You got there. Karen Johnson, Lauren Spencer, Gumby, aka Scott Wagner. And then actually, you know what? Even for those few, that's fine. I don't know if you guys actually even watched or if it was even able to be seen of the interview with Scott Wagner. When I tell you the emotions, besides him and Chris Moulton, the emotions kicked in so hard. I'm not going to never sit here and pretend that I cried because you can hear it in the voice. There's nothing worse than you missing something or someone that you love. And when you hear it, and you see it, the expressions Blue yesterday, and I was just like sitting back there going, yeah. Like, speak it. I was like, speak it. This is the emotions and the things that we're looking for to do, because guess what? If these are only people who are going to start doing anything to assist for our continuation, we're fine with that. But we would be more happier for all of the abundance of us to get together.
Then too, to that point, as you mentioned before about the alumni and how we grew up, but there's a gap. Maybe it's starting in the 2000s, the mid 90s, where comrades of graduates up until 2025, they don't have that same type of cohesiveness, at least not that I can see online. Maybe they do, but it's up to us to bring them into the fold. Absolutely. Because they won't have a space to gather. 2025 was the last year.
I agree.
So it's really us to bring them under our wing and say, hey, you know what?
And that's what we're supposed to.
You are still a monarch.
We're supposed to do that.
Yeah. So 25 up until 2000, that's 25 years. Right?
We're supposed to do that.
They don't have that. To me, they don't have that same type of bond.
So why can we not show them what was shown to us?
Well, we can. That's what I'm saying. This is when we do it. This is when it happens. This is when we say, hey, there's not a place to land. The summer outing at the park. Make your way to Vegas. Well, let me preface that with 25 and older. Like, this is gonna be a rite of passage. You can come to Vegas. You got to be a little bit older to hang out, because Vegas says
them 4 days is real.
They're real. Hey, Scott, no one is going to take the school away from our hearts, right? It is
absolutely not
where we are. It's who we are. And so,
will we be willing to go out there with our banner and take more pictures?
Where?
Up to the school.
Up to the school.
I'm never going there again.
I mean, the marquee has been changed.
I know that. Absolutely, I know that. But
like I said, the way Chris was talking to me on the phone today, he was sick to his stomach.
I believe that.
The quad don't look the same because the whole building is gone.
I believe that.
Then he said again, when you walk in that thing, he wanted to throw up.
Yep.
It's those
Wait, which building?
Are real. So
which building is gone?
The whole building that held the quad, the art building.
The art building,
totally gone.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole building.
The whole building.
So it's when you go in there, it doesn't even look the same, So I'm never going up there again.
Nope.
That's why I went on and made my own Morningside front banner that I have, and I have all the Morningside legends. I have the field replicated.
Yeah.
I have the basketball gym replicated, and I have the front of the school still with all the people on it.
Yeah.
So again, that was when we left on the 5th, and when we did that picture that ended June 1st, whatever it was,
right.
And then when we totally left and got the rest of the stuff out,
right.
I was done. Then when I drove by, and I was like, oh.
I mean, they put that. They took that sign down. They painted over the Monarch.
We didn't even bother. We just kept going by. We kept going by. So it was over. That was our funeral.
Right.
1951 to 2025. That was it. It was again. We had the dash, and we were done. Right. And I was done.
We took the drone.
And for this whole Jersey situation, not to go back on that, but that to spark me up, that makes it even more that we keep doing what we're doing, and that makes it even more serious.
In January, when we did our class picture, we got there a little early. No, was it then? Yeah, we got there a little early, and here we are following Anthony with this darn drone, thinking that we just gonna get everything we get. But then after looking at everything before it really started being touched, it was heart wrenching then because this would be the last visual most of us will ever get.
Mhm.
Right.
It was like, and we walking through like on a snail pace, watching the drone, and we just trying to see whatever it is that we can see. Like you start to see the transition of what's no longer going to be ours. That's
You're
just
right.
like you're taking the pieces of the puzzle away, slowly but surely, and knowing that none of these pieces are never going to fit back again.
Mhm.
And we still out there then that day too having a moment.
It's Scott's getting fired up.
Yeah,
Come on,
Scott,
Scott.
yeah, I
get
him
it.
and
We
Lord.
did it. We did it.
Yeah, that's this is what we're here for, Scott, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Gummy, no apologies. No sorry, but sorry.
Yeah, it's
Right. It is what it is, but we have to make it better than what it is for us.
But this is where we have to say, let me go back to, I don't want to beat that horse, but about how Anthony decided that he wanted to have a reunion annually where we can get to see each other or whatever else, because we had to have a place to land outside of the school, unknowing and not knowing that that would really be how we will have to connect.
Yeah.
Right? We won't have a space where we can go and say, hey, meet me up at the school. There's the rivalry game. There's not, we can't do any of that. And we can't meet the old school versus school.
Right.
With let's go have a candlelight vigil for our fallen monarch.
Absolutely.
We can't do that now.
Absolutely.
I mean, we could, but it's not gonna feel the same.
It's not gonna feel the same. Absolutely not. Absolutely
It's
not.
not going to be the same.
Darby Park, wherever you want to put it, but yeah, it's not going.
But
to
even
be
Darby
the same.
Park is sort of like, okay,
right?
That's not
It's still not
Morningside.
the same. So, but again, that's still where we are in the position to make it close to what we've had.
Right.
It's not going to be 100, but to make it close to what we had.
Again, like Motown said, it doesn't matter. Well, no, I think Scott said it doesn't matter about the building.
It did. He said that. It was Scott.
It's always going to be morning.
It's always going to be Morningside.
It's always going to be morning.
No matter what color you paint it, it's going to always be Morningside.
Well, until they tear it all the way down.
Well, needless to say,
Right.
you know what? That's a whole new process that we're not really ready for.
Like we did last week, we remember the Century Drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not only
let's
did you
go.
drive it.
Thank you for that segue. We on to tell me about it.
Right. Look, what about the smorgasbord? What about Imperial Theater?
Imperial Smorgasbord, and it was called King Smorgasbord.
Yep, it sure was.
Eric Harris, thank you so much, Class 88, with the jogging of my memory for that earlier this week. King Smorgasbord. And so, yeah, we had that, and we had Bob's Big Boy. Now, Bob's Big Boy was on Prairie, right?
Bob's Big Boy was.
No,
it was on Brand Century.
Brand Century.
Yeah, it was on the Brand Century.
Yeah, it was right there on the corner.
I'm trying to remember in my head. Didn't they move it though?
We don't care about where they moved it. We talking about where it was.
Okay, well, you guys are older than me. We go back to this conversation all the time. They had it on the Brand Century. I remember it on.
It was always on
What's there right now where it used to be?
What is there now?
Some building with some. It's like, I think it's a store. I think it's some type.
Is
of
it storefront? No, I think it's a little shopping center. Yeah, it is. It's a shopping center.
Yeah.
It's a shopping center where it used to be.
I have to drive past it. I can't imagine it because on my head, Imperial Walk-In Theater. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And Sambo's. Who remembers Sambo's?
Oh gosh.
Sambo's was I was so excited about Sambo's because they would give you something special for your birthday. First of all, they had really good pancakes. And two, on your birthday, they would send you a postcard like, come on in.
Right.
And,
we
for you, a little kid, to get a postcard in your name.
We miss you.
Come on, man.
Actually, people, come on. Let's see. What is one of your fondest memory places? Go ahead.
Mine was
Throw it at us.
Standard brand shoes.
Oh, wow.
Standard in the Imperial Crenshaw shop?
No. On La Brea.
It turned into Standard Paint?
Probably the same building. Yeah, it was Standard shoes.
Okay, I remember Standard
Paint.
Paint.
Go get my NBA. I couldn't get no Converse, so she got me NBA.
Mel Sporting Goods.
Yeah, Mel Sporting Goods.
Right in the corner.
I spent a lot of money there when I was little.
Yes, you did.
Wait, Gumby, where Betty robbed him.
Yes, legendary
Bruce Lee movies.
come out of Fifth Avenue, kicking Fifth Avenue.
Right, acting like y'all was Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Like,
Zodi's where you usually get your karate shoes. You can go in there kicking out.
That's where you got your karate shoes.
Yes, from Zodi.
And your crocus.
And your crocus.
But wait, do you remember when the grocery store had an aisle where you can go buy shoes?
Yeah.
You bought some of them shoes you wasn't wearing. You wasn't trying to wear them to school.
Shoot. They had flip flops. The flip flops that they had in the grocery store, they were black and they had like the rainbow color on the around the sides. They were sort of big, and then they had the strap was rainbow. Argue with somebody else, okay? Them shoes was mine. I love them.
Like, yeah, Blue said to Since You Drive In, Scott. Okay, so we don't want to hear the stories about this. Look, at the Since You Drive In, I'm sure everybody got 1 or 2 or 3, 12, 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Conroy's Flowers. Oh my God. Okay, so Conroy's Flowers, but there was another flower shop on Imperial next to Floyd's, the barbershop, and I used to work there. That's where that was like my first job at the flower shop. Right there across from across from Burger King. There was a floral shop. It was a black-owned floral shop right there.
It was.
Mm-hmm. I worked there. I sure did.
It was. We're not going to talk about you. And
the NBA. What's the NBA?
The NBA was
the shoe place.
They looked like Converse, but they had the toe was a little bit more bowed. So it was like a different version of Converse.
You can't even picture that one. Okay, we'll have to Google it later for you.
VIP Records was the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We talked about VIP Records the other day, Scott, when they the infamous VIP record.
The mothership landed at the VIP Records. You was too little, Scott. You couldn't be there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Some of us didn't have to be either, but yeah, we were there. Biggest Inglewood party ever. Right. Biggest Inglewood party ever.
And then Gins and Superfish.
No, I'm for always forever will be a shoes customer. Y'all gotta remember shoes.
Yeah.
On the corner of 111th and Crenshaw.
Oh yeah.
My street.
Yes.
Best egg rolls ever.
Yes. And right across from the
Debbie's.
Some of the homies took their old shoes off and changed them into some old plastic.
Stacy. Not plastic.
Took what shoes off, Scott? Lawrence? What you mean you took them off?
You know how you go to the store, you change your shoes, you walk out with the other ones on.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, we was a little bit, that's what rough around the edges.
I guess so. Let me come home with a pair of shoes that I didn't leave the house from. Man, Mark would have been like, where the shoes that I bought you? Oh, yeah.
We want to know about some of your fondest memory places, and we could talk about definitely what your fondest memories were.
But Whitehurst Fish Market.
Absolutely. Yeah,
that was absolutely. If we didn't go to Superfish, then we went to Whitehurst. Filet of Soul, that was my favorite one.
Wait, and Jen's liquor store is now a church.
Mm-hmm.
It's a church.
So Eric Harris's brother, one of the Fab Five, Sean, made me a t-shirt. Well, he made t-shirts that says Jen's Superfish and Raleigh Hut.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I have
for sure.
that t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. 5 torches. He said,
I
was so ready to be able to get to
the 5 torches.
Tennis shoes and moonwalkers.
Yeah, the moonwalkers. That was the soul on the moonwalkers.
Wait, Kenny shoes. You spelled it wrong. Kinny Kenny's shoes.
Wait, man. What was that? What was that in there?
Well, Kenny's was on Manchester and Western.
Yes.
Yeah, we slipped over there and it slipped out.
80s, 81. What was it? The crayons. Wasn't that what they were?
Senior bias freshmen. Oh yes.
Yeah, I probably had the classic.
Yeah, made them wear dresses, and that was hilarious. See, these are the things that just kind of, oh my God, if we was all in one auditorium at one time and everybody had a chance to speak their piece about the memories, we'd be there all darn day.
Well, Valerie put up some real good pictures yesterday, right? And she had the Miss Morningside pageant, Miss Esquire, Miss Morningside pageant, and okay,
Right.
well, she posted 86 pictures.
But it was originated
1983.
Okay,
Right.
and then Darby Park dances. Lawrence said, "Oh
yeah,
Lord,
Darby Park Dance was more junior high.
Yeah.
That was more junior high, but it was still in.
It was still in England.
City of Champions.
Right.
right,
Right.
and then what else was? Oh, remember when the Lakers came to? Well, you guys were gone. The Lakers came to Morningside, so Magic was there. Scott, Byron Scott was there. James Worthy came. Yeah, that was
What year was that?
86.
Yeah, we had the bars.
We had the bars. We had entertainers.
I think 84.
Plural.
Wait, Scott, your mom and dad went where?
I think 84 had did they have Janet Jackson?
84.
We had Egyptian Lover.
We had Egypt too before y'all did.
Egypt.
We had Egypt before
KDAY used to bring all of the artists.
Look,
right?
Listen. If we really have to go back to the archives, we had concerts.
Yes.
We had
in that auditorium.
We had concerts.
Kenya's on. She said, "Yeah, Miss Freshman, 1983."
Okay,
yeah, look, that was me.
Yeah,
that's a great introduction, little sis. Yeah, hey, Miss Freshman, 1983.
We had concerts there. We had Houdini came. Who else came? Houdini was there. Penny loafers with the flood and Levi's. Yes, man. And you put a quarter in your penny.
Hold on, I just had this flashback of Gumby, and
he said he had a picture with you. Scott says he has a picture of you at Monroe.
I know.
Yes. Okay. The flood and Levi's.
Oh
remember
my
you have
God.
to wash your Levi's a whole bunch of times.
That's hilarious.
They standing up by themselves.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Get them to shrink to fit.
That's hilarious. See, this is definitely, that is hilarious.
Mr. Lewis making Fila sweatsuits. We should get. I wonder if he still sews.
He was hustling people back then.
You think he still sews?
He does so.
Okay.
I think he still sews.
You ain't seen him out.
That's where you got. That's why he make them outfits.
Listen, Robert, I love you to pieces. Honestly, I do. Every last single time I have seen him ever since, and I see him about 100 times a year at functions. His shoes match his outfit. His outfit got the matching hat. His socks match the whole outfit.
And he made everything.
And he made everything.
Well, he made our cheerleading sweatsuits.
I'm sure.
Yes, we sold candy that we got from Smart and Final. We would go get those the red candy. What is it? Charms, but the hearts candy, not the blow pops.
I'm just like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. And we sold candy to be able to get our uniforms, our sweatsuits.
And it ain't too late. We all have grandkids. Look, fundraisers for whatever else we need to. Look, come on, it's all for a good cause. Mm-hmm. These are just some options and some ideas.
And we talk about the cups. Remember those cups we used to sell?
Absolutely.
Sorry. Still some cups at my mom. The copper color with the gold.
Yes,
gold
with the cap.
Yeah.
Right.
Strawberries. Yeah. Strawberries was tan with the red strawberry on them.
Well, they were teaching us selling skills.
Absolutely. Right. Which most of us
they was out then.
Oh, for sure.
It was fundraisers.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Fundraisers. So,
and we should never stop. So we'll be putting that on the list to move forward.
All right, let's give you.
Gonna give a shout out right now. Plug in. So if you follow me, then you know that weekly, as soon as I get it, I plug out Sunday dinners. And for those who have tasted Sunday dinners, Mimi, my niece, sells them. She put up her menu this week. The orders had to have been in yesterday, but look for the orders on maybe about Tuesday, Wednesday to order by Friday. And then on Sunday, she picks up. You'll pick up your orders in Inglewood. She drops them off. So this week is a lot of pestos, I think. I can't remember. She has a shrimp a seafood, a fish, and a fish, a chicken, and a beef option or veggie.
Okay.
And then she does her own dessert. She's doing all this cooking by herself, so she'll have a dessert also. And the prices are very, very reasonably priced. So the flyer is up. Save it, take a screenshot of it, but look for me to post something weekly about Mimi's Sunday dinners.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yay, Mimi.
Yay, Mimi's.
So moving on to the Red Book.
The Red Book. Mimi is the precursor
Mimi
to
is
Red
in
Book.
the Red Book.
Mimi will be in
and
the
we
Red
want to
Book.
say thank you for all of those who have participated to have all your information placed into the Red Book. We won't say any names. Guess what? You need to be part of the Red Book too, just as well.
Yes.
Go ahead and chime in. Let us know who you know, what they do. Us Monarchs who are on all these entrepreneurs and their own businesses, whatever it is that you do as your career, as your money, your finances, your joy. You got a business card? Go ahead and shoot it to us. We want to add you into the Red Book just as well.
And that's the place for us to build our foundation.
Absolutely.
Remember, we're staying connected. We're going to support each other. We want to circulate among our dollars amongst ourselves first before we go out. And if we can get as many circulated as much as we can with Monarchs, you don't have to be a Monarch. You can be Monarch adjacent, or you can just rep.
Absolutely. We'll still give you a shout out. Thank you for introducing them to our Red Book.
Yes. Absolutely. And so we have to start to really gather and become homegrown. I think was I talking to you? No, I was talking to Anthony this morning about, feeling the need to really do more home cooking and preparing our own foods, just because I don't know that I can really trust what's being purchased in the store anymore. So with that being said, to know that there are options of people who are selling or preparing foods or selling and giving services that are quality. This is the time to really get those names out there, because we want to really promote and know that someone has vetted a business.
Absolutely.
Or service.
Absolutely.
With the Monarch stamp.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's get this let's get those shout outs and let's go in.
What did you say?
You should see him, you guys. When I tell you, he has put in a lot of work. Literally a lot of work.
Yes.
And speaking of, and let me just really opening up. We start our Saturday mornings with a great prayer, great breakfast.
Or
lunch and or dinner, homemade here in the Blue Kitchen. And we sit and we have tons of things that we just definitely want to bring to the table to enlighten you, to hopefully educate you, in order for you to feel more comfortable, for you to not think that you should not be participating. We want this. I don't know how bad you all want it, and if you choose not to, we don't knock you for that either, but we will still continue to move on, even without those who just choose not to. But they will be getting the news.
Yes. And thank you, Scott, for your photography shout out. He's saying that this year's pictures will be off the chain. Yes, for the summer outing in the Edward Vincent Park, as well as for the Side City and Sin City, because we're coming back.
Right. And saying that to say, any special functions in our events, please let us know.
Yep.
Let us know. We would like to definitely, with authorization of the party giver, but yeah, definitely, please let us know. Even if you want to share pictures from those events that some of us probably won't be invited to. I'm just saying, because it's a lot of us. But again, this is part of what we're putting together to maintain the time capsule.
Right. The foundation.
Absolutely.
And this is how we bring in or wrap ourselves around those younger generations who we may not have hand-to-hand or direct contacts to. We had some communications earlier today from a Mr. Jermaine Jackson, not the Jermaine Jackson, but a Jermaine Jackson, who is a drawer, an artist.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to talking to him in the future, because he was also very disenfranchised by what happened yesterday too. So anyway, you guys, That
AB,
is
anything you need to want to bring to the table before we come to a closing?
You gonna come back on
I'm
screen?
sitting down here at the bottom.
He's sitting here at the bottom.
Oh, I see you.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
I'm sitting here at the bottom. It was a good show, and like I said, this is something that we're doing. You know, we're not sitting on our hands anymore and waiting for anybody else to start anything.
No.
We're gonna take it amongst ourselves.
Absolutely.
And promote ourselves and preserve our legacy.
Absolutely.
And you want to be a part of that, like you guys. When you jump in the chat, you're a part of the action.
You're a part of the
action.
action.
Go longer.
Absolutely.
This is our longest show so far at an hour and 15 minutes. But this is what makes the show work for us, and this where you be able to get your dose of Morningside.
Absolutely.
If anything, we talk about Morningside and Inglewood,
City of Champions.
The City of Champions.
You know,
Absolutely.
So you'll be able to get all that with us there.
Absolutely.
That's all I have for today. Anybody in the chat want to say anything? Now, and then we do have. Now, if you're in the chat, we can also bring you up. We just have to know that you want to come up, and then we will send you the link, and then you pop in. But
absolutely.
We gotta, we'll
have a specific topic.
We're gonna be monitoring what you got going on.
Right. We got a delay.
Yeah, we got
the Janet Jackson delay. Got the JJ delay.
Yeah, you got that uniform malfunction. We can definitely.
Oh gosh.
Right.
So funny. So would that be it for you, Mrs.
That's
Blue?
it for me.
Mr. Blue, that's it for you. I just want to say thank you. No, that's it for me. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, AV. Thank you, Monarchs, for all who tuned in. Thank you to the Monarchs who I know are going to be looking at this at the end of the day. We love to see the numbers raised. At least we know that we are definitely being watched. And we would also definitely would like to know how much we are very well appreciated amongst ourselves just as well.
Right.
So we thank you for joining in.
Watch us on YouTube.
Watch us on YouTube.
And on Blue TV.
Absolutely.
Watch us everywhere. And we definitely have a lot of merch coming up. So everything you see, you can get.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Scott wants to come in.
Okay. He's in. Okay. He's coming in.
All right, let me bring you in there, Scott.
Bye.
See you later, Kenya.
We gonna
Kenya says goodbye.
She ain't trying to come in, so I just opened the room. Let me go grab Scott here.
Even though she said goodbye, right. I can hear her saying goodbye. Right.
Let me invite Scott.
At least I'm no longer feeling a little.
So Scott, if it take you too long, we gonna. So when you come in, make sure you turn your camera horizontal.
And please be presentable.
All right, here you go. You finna get a remote, so you finna get a hit.
And ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to stay timed in. We're just having a great time.
We're bringing our first guest on,
Right. Family time. Family time. Right.
So we'll let him chit chat, say what he got to say, get it off his chest, and go from there.
PG, Scott. PG.
Yes. Okay, I think we didn't kind of really.
And now
we do PG?
No, you didn't.
Oh. It was adult approved.
Okay. Because the adult said it.
The adult, right.
You guys are still on camera.
I know. We're waiting
for Scott.
We definitely wait for Scott.
Well, anything else?
Yeah, so as we're seeing all of these people that are actually here on chiming in, which is absolutely great. Again, just because once we come off of this is at the end of our show, we still will appreciate anything that you may want to address as a topic. If you choose to want to actually be one of the speakers, even in just a casual conversation, definitely let us know. Honestly, we won't turn away anybody. We're going to make this go. Well, no, because again, there is a limit. There's definitely a limit.
We will turn away some people,
and some people may not have an opportunity to do this just as well for lots of other reasons. But again, we definitely want to make this very Monarch friendly. The doors are going to always be open.
It's Monarch friendly.
Yes, the doors are going to always be open. But here we are in January. We should
almost the end of January.
It's almost over.
did y'all finish the birthdays?
Yes, we
Yes,
did them
we
last
did the
month.
birthdays. And
Last
so
week.
we want to make sure that hopefully we can have so many things that we can all do together this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't do it by ourselves.
No.
We actually will need the assistance of you as fellow Monarch brothers and sisterhoods so we can make all of this happen. We don't have to wait until August.
No.
We don't have to wait until October.
Right. We can
So
have a
Scott-
prom in June.
He's not figuring it
He
out.
said,
Scott
just
said,
call
just
him.
call me. Okay, Scott.
We can't call you, honey.
Yes. Click on the click on the text that I sent you, and then just keep filling your name out. Just keep coming. Just keep pushing OK, and then you'll get here. All the way
I
from
don't
Texas, you'll be
care
right
how
here
you
with
get
us.
here. Get here if you can.
Right. Do we need to like film it after conversations with the like when we get into the DJ room and just party for the next 30, 45 minutes, y'all. Let me
Right.
tell you, it'd be real. We'd be real. And we having a great time.
Well, okay, Scott, it was good. We were waiting.
We have to preempt you next time. We got to
Yes.
prep you.
Right.
Prep you next time
Right.
early so you can get in. But we gonna sign off, and like I said, it was a great show. You know, like I said, we had a lot of emotion in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, it was still controlled. You know,
Yes.
Controlled
Yes.
emotion.
Yes.
And then,
That's
like
all
I
I
said,
want.
laughing and talking about places we've been having. We having royalty come in. You know, Miss Freshman 1983.
Right.
We had royalty come in, and just talking about the memories that we had. So, you know, there we go. He made it.
What's
I
up?
don't- what?
I'll get him up here. He made it. Hold on. Let us bring you to a
Hey, tell
let us bring you to a
Willa
screen
I'm
there, buddy.
always
Come on.
presentable.
Coming to a theater near
Scallywag.
you.
Right.
All right, I'll put him up in here.
Say, you know what?
In over people's minds. What's up, Anthony Porter? We
Let me
we've been on
let me
for an
let me
hour and some. So
let me tell
Hey,
y'all
Ann,
something.
how you doing? How's business?
I'm not 60, Anthony. So
All right, so here we
Let me
go.
let me tell y'all something.
Here we go.
Let me tell y'all
Oh,
something, man.
I
This
can't
this
hear him.
Right. So Anthony, with
this is
the moment of silence for a half a moment, we're actually bringing someone else in on who would like to be part of this
Right, talk to your
conversation for
phone.
today.
We see your thing moving. but we
Anthony
can't hear.
actually does really great coffee.
oh,
Yeah. And Anthony, we need your information so we can actually add you in on the Red Book. We'll talk.
Okay, I can't hear Scott. Can y'all hear Scott?
I had to turn my phone up a little bit.
can you hear me?
Scotty
I
Wag?
see he's moving, so.
Right.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, he was talking at the same time I was telling about Anthony.
Volume
Yes,
is
we can
up.
hear you, Scott.
All right, fantastic. So let me go on and say
Delay.
this, okay? And I know, we've chimed in and we've talked a lot,
We
stuff
can
like that.
hear you.
Okay. I
What's
am
up, Scotty
totally
Wag?
You turn yours up.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I am totally impressed of what you guys are doing. Um,
Hey, thank you.
let me go on and say this, okay? And I know you guys are doing a marvelous job keeping our legacy alive,
Delay.
keeping our foundation alive. Just making sure that Morningside will never be forgotten.
Oh, it's an echo. Just keep talking, Scott. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Willa touched a little spot on my heart earlier when she said she started to cry about what me and Chris Motown was saying. You know, I was born a monarch, lived a monarch, gonna be a monarch, gonna die a monarch. That's just what it is. The school, yeah, like I said earlier, y'all could change the name of the school, y'all can put a different color on the school, y'all can do whatever y'all want to the school, but it's gonna always be Morningside, period, hands down. I don't care what nobody says. um, you know, Blue took my he took my logo because I'm gonna go call him out because I think I put on there I'm a Morningside Monarch, and all of a sudden it showed up. It showed up on shirts and stuff. But with that being said, representing that shirt, representing that color, representing who we are, representing the city of Inglewood the way we do is none of it. I put on there, I'm a Morningside Monarch, and all of a sudden it showed up. It showed up on shirts and stuff. But so with that being said, I hear the echo. Shirt, representing that color, representing who we are, representing the city of Inglewood the way we do is none of it.
Right.
So
You hear
let
himself.
me.
Yeah.
I
Keep
hear
going,
myself.
Scott.
Yeah, I hear myself. I'm excited about what's to come. I'm excited about what you guys are doing. I'm excited about the real side city in Sin City. That is the real. I understand. He wanted to venture out. I get it, but this is about us. This is about us. This is about Morningside. This is about what we are. Okay, we are the staple of Inglewood. We are. It ain't Inglewood. It ain't never been Inglewood. It's always been Morningside. Inglewood didn't have all the stars come to their school. Morningside did. You know, the big time rivalry games with Morningside and Inglewood, they always talked about Morningside, period. So I think I talked to Anthony before about my aunt being on the board. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. She my aunt, but she full of shit. She full of shit because she didn't represent Morningside the way she told me she was going to represent Morningside. She was just strictly, getting the bag and representing the district. Okay. So, then you show up at the picnic and getting awards and all that kind of shit. Okay, whatever. But I'm going to make sure Morningside is through and through. People can sit here and say, Morningside ain't Morningside's not this, Morningside's not that. Well, Morningside gonna always be Morningside, period. I'm getting my brother. My brother graduated in 76. Okay. He ain't never been to an alumni weekend. I told him you need to get your ass up there and you need to go. Period. You need to go. Because you haven't experienced the excitement of what the pageantry, the excitement, the hats, the shirts, the jerseys, the love, the experience that we as Monarchs show. Some of them that I don't really want to talk about it. Well, guess what? If you don't want to talk about it, you ain't no real Monarch. Period. Get your ass on the back line. Get your ass on the back line, stay in the background. Because I'm going to be in the forefront. When I was in school, I was kind of, Scotty's loud, Scotty's this, Scotty's that. But now it's about what we got. It's about what we have. It's about y'all building the foundation of what we need to keep alive for years to come. Because these young puppies don't know. I went to Morningside. Okay. Well, do you know the history of Morningside? Do you know what Morningside was meant to us? Do you know what stars came from Morningside? Do you know who Flo Hyman is on the auditorium? Do you know what Morningside is about? And some people don't. So I commend y'all. Willa, I love you to death. You was my sweetheart in grade school and junior high. Kimmy, You my girl. You got me on camera. Blue, you always been my dog. You's my quarterback, dude. You's my QB. You know, I treasure y'all, man, and I want y'all to really, really, really understand that and really know that. I'm getting ready to be 60 years old, and I can't believe that I still have the relationships and the friendships and the camaraderie with people that I've gone to school with over 45 and 50 years. It's amazing. And that's because the Monarch love is so strong and so deep. And I don't think that there's ever gonna be a high school in California, Inglewood, Los Angeles, LA, Gardena, wherever is going to have the tight knit closeness, the love that we share for one another. Hey, that's a wrap for me. In the words of John Cena. So what y'all got to say? I'm listening. Hello?
A John Cena.
Blue.
What?
John Cena.
John Cena.
I don't know who that is.
I'm a.
I don't know who John Cena
John
is.
Cena's a
You don't
wrestler.
know
He
who
be
John
like,
Cena
yo,
is? You don't watch
I'm out.
wrestling?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Show her, Willa. She needs some help.
I was.
We just taking in what you said.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Kim don't know who John Cena is.
I have to look him up.
That's what he did.
My peoples. I got it. Got a tear in my eye. Oh God. I can't hear him.
All right, you guys are back up. So yeah, you can hear us. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us now, Scott. All right, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna shut it down. We've been going for an hour and 33 minutes. So
Yeah.
we've been rolling today. We had a good show,
Yes.
and we're gonna be coming to you every Saturday at 2 p.m. So you can find us every Saturday 2 p.m. rain shine.
Best as possible.
Yeah. So we will be here, but we had a good show. We got a lot of emotion out. Now you brought some more emotion back up. And huh? Yeah, you hear me now. I cut it off. So yeah. But that's what we doing. You can have we can preserve your legacy. You can just keep going from there. So I want to thank everybody that came out, from the people in the beginning to the end. You know, I mean, we looking at the chat and some stuff is put up, and then I'll give was like I said, Anthony Porter. You know, You know, I try to get everything up. You know, that people said and their comments up. But you know, we appreciate what everybody's coming on. So we'll be here every Saturday, 2 p.m. Y'all got anything, ladies?
Nope.
That's it.
Got it all off my chest.
We'll see you next Saturday.
See you next week.
The foundation.
Foundation.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.